Of this, joining us, the Republican National Committee's Chief Strategist, the Communications Director, Sean Spicer. Sean, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, Wolf.
Let's talk about the former House Speaker John Boehner calling Senator Ted Cruz Lucifer in the flesh. Let me play a little clip for you. Listen to this.
How about Ted Cruz? Lucifer. I have history of getting along with almost everybody. In Washington, I have as many Democrat friends as I have Republican friends. I get along with almost everybody. But I've never worked with a more miserable son of a bitch.
Later in the day, Republican Representative Peter King of New York told me that gives Lucifer a good name. What's your reaction to that kind of talk?
Well, Wolf, I think you and I have talked about this in the past. I'm not a big fan of Republican hits. I think that we should save them for the Democrats, frankly, and I think it only undermines our case as we try to get into Cleveland unified as a party. I hope that we can continue moving forward in these remaining 10 contests to make sure that we keep our eye on the prize, and that's Hillary Clinton, because Republicans have a better solution to offer, and I think we need to talk about that. Allow the campaigns to differentiate each other, and people on both sides on all of these campaigns, all the remaining three, are very passionate about their individual candidate, and I think that's great. But I think we have to remember that it's great to advocate for your campaign and your candidate, but let's keep the attacks focused on Hillary Clinton and the Democrats.
But I think you'll agree, Sean, that these kinds of comments tend to highlight the divisions within the Republican Party. But here's the question. Does it hurt the Republicans' chances of winning in November?
Well, no, I think at the end of the day, like you saw in 2008 when Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton went at it, the bigger point gets wrapped together and the party unifies. It's happened all the way through history. I think it'll happen on our side again. I think everyone will be passionate about their individual, whether we have an open convention or whether Donald Trump gets the 1237 bound delegates that he needs. But I think as long as the process is fair and people understand that we need to stay focused and build our party, we don't have room. You know this. We've lost the last two presidential elections. We don't have any room for error. We've got to build our party, not subtract from it. We need every Republican plus to win in November. And so we don't have room for division.
Ted Cruz's decision to name Carly Fiorina as his running mate so early, long before the convention, obviously long before he has the Republican nomination, mathematically, he can't even get it on that first round. How does this pick help him?
Well, I think, look, each of these campaigns is trying to figure out, so you've got one path, which is the Trump path, figuring out how do we get to the 1,237 bound delegates, or how do we get to a combination of bound and unbound and win it on the first vote. So I'd say that's the Trump strategy. And then for both Kasich and Cruz, I think their strategy is completely the opposite. How do we how do we pick up enough delegates between the two of us or individually that we go into the convention, make it open, and present ourselves to the delegates on a second or third ballot? So I think what Cruz in particular is doing, and frankly, I don't speak for the Cruz campaign, is I think they're trying to find ways to excite their base, to bring more people into the fold, and look at the remaining 10 states, the remaining 400 plus delegates that are out there, and trying to figure out what surrogates, what actions they need to take to enhance their standing.
Donald Trump, once again today, accused Hillary Clinton of playing the so-called woman's card. Do you think this could potentially hurt him and the party overall, for that matter, with female voters in a general election?
Well, no, I mean, Hillary Clinton says she's talked about it. So I don't think anyone's accusing her of doing it. She's talked openly about the fact of why electing a woman would be great and her place in history. So I don't think anyone's accusing her. She stated it for a fact. I think how we talk about women, the importance they are. I mean, they're the majority of voters in the United States. I think figuring out how we talk and communicate the solutions that our party has to the various segments of the female population. So we're talking to younger female voters that are single, older women. I mean, there's different segments. They're not a monolithic group. And I think that we've constantly got to be talking about how focusing on how we're reaching out to different segments where the party may not have done as well. So younger single women. We do very well with older women. We do very well with married women. I think that what we find as a party over the last couple cycles is younger single women we have a bigger problem with. I think that's where we've got to focus the growth in our party and a couple of the other demographics that we face challenges. We do very well with a lot, obviously, but there are some areas that we need to do better, and we need to think about how we communicate effectively with them.
All right, Sean, stand by. We have more to discuss, including Donald Trump's assertion he's now the presumptive Republican presidential nominee, much more with Sean Spicer right after this.